Hey there. Well, hello. It is Wednesday afternoon, and I am excited to come to you live today, whether you're joining on Facebook or on YouTube. I have a very important topic to discuss with you today about what's the matter. We go through ups and downs, we go through emotions and feelings, we go through all kinds of things every single day. And a lot of times somebody will ask you the question, what's the matter, right? What's the matter with you? Why are we feeling this way? What's going on? Well, the answer is really in a little bitty space called the gray matter. And I can't wait to dig into that with you today. Well, hello, my name is Teresa Poor. I am with 320 Consulting Services, where we really focus on bringing out the best in you, and that's beauty and inspiration and empowerment. My mission in 320 Consulting is to help you live your life's purpose by living your life on purpose. And we do that in so many different ways. So I am so grateful that you are joining me today, whether you are joining live or if you are joining on the recording. I would love for you to share this message because you just don't know. You just don't know who could be impacted by hearing this amazing word. And I really believe that today, because here's the deal. Yesterday, I went out with a couple of my friends and had this amazing dinner. And we were talking. We had, after the dinner, we had this great conversation about something that just seems to keep recycling for this other person. And so we started talking about this very important topic around, our minds and how our brains work. And so anyway, we were talking and I was giving her some advice, and I actually recommended a scripture, and I recommended a book. It's called what was it called? Switch on Your Brain by Dr. Caroline Leaf. And it is an amazing book, and it is going to go right into what I'm going to share with you today. But then this morning I woke up and I went into my daily meditation and Bible reading time. And guess what? When I opened up the word this morning, I was on Romans chapter 12, and I read verse 2. And so I'm going to tie all this together and package it, hopefully, in a beautiful package for you today, because I really feel like it's important. I don't know what's going on in your life. I could tell you there's some crazy things that have been happening in my life the last year and the last couple of years, and really this week. But I do know this, however old you are, whether it's, 5 years old or 42 or, whatever number that is, that number represents, in my case, 41 years of programming. In your case, whatever that number is, that represents so many years of programming. And every decision that you make, every emotion that you have is based on something called gray matter, which is that space in your brain. And the gray matter in your brain controls your emotions, it controls your processing, it controls your brain to your hands, all of the movement. Everything in your cognitive area is controlled by this gray matter in your brain. And then you have the subconscious part of your brain that holds on to everything. When you are in a room, throughout the day, I think they said that we go through like 40 billion bits of information, and our subconscious mind is constantly grabbing information and it's holding on to it. But this gray matter, it actually like leverages everything, and it funnels everything in life through this viewpoint of programming in your life. And every decision that you make, the way that you respond when somebody cuts you off on the road, the way you respond when your husband or wife triggers you in a conversation, the way you feel when somebody does or doesn't engage with you in conversation, the way you look at yourself in the mirror and say, dang, I look good, or oh, I'm so tired of being X, Y, Z. That gray matter is programming. And unless we realize that, we end up finding ourselves in this state of just constant spinning and constant frustration and never being able to excel. So, and in whatever level of life that is, that could be in your business, it could be in your relationships, it could be in your communication. It could be in your level of achievement. Whatever it is, that programming, that gray matter, really, really makes a difference. And so I want to dig into a couple of things for you. Number one, to know the first key to dealing with this is to acknowledge it, to acknowledge that you are who you are. You are beautiful. You are wonderful. You are smart. You are talented, but you are who you are from the however many years of life and the programming that comes along with it. However, you can be different. You can have a new thought. You can think different. You can have everything and more than what you ever thought possible by just realizing that you inside of you have the power to shift right away. And that comes with what what I shared with my friend last night, and what Dr. Caroline Leaf talks about, and that's learning to renew your mind. So in the book of Romans in the Bible, Paul tells us in chapter 12, verse 2, he says, "And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is good and acceptable and the perfect will of God." That is the King James version. But the Message Bible version, here's what I like about it. And you really need to meditate on this. It says, "Don't become so well adjusted to your culture that you fit in without even thinking. Instead, fix your attention on God." Here's the good stuff. "You'll be changed from the inside out." That right there is the power to change your situation, to change your thought patterns, to change, the way you respond, your response mechanisms. This is it right here. You'll be changed from the inside out by focusing on what God says is true. Gosh, so many times we pick up these beliefs, we pick up these stories, we pick up these comparisons, all these different things that truly are intended by your brain to just kind of keep you chill, like keep you steady, keep you where you're at, keep you safe, keep this bear from running after you, keep you out of harm's way, fear's way. And so instead of teaching you to stretch and to grow, it actually just keeps you in the same place. And this cycle goes on and on and on. And for some people, this cycle may be okay. Maybe you had a decent childhood. Maybe you had, some easy things growing up. Maybe somebody sat there and told you you are beautiful every single day. Maybe somebody told you you are like amazing every single day. But chances are nobody did that. And chances are you had to overcome some major adversity, and your brain is replaying those stories for you. And the Bible right here tells you that you have the power to renew your mind and fix it back to God's normal intent. Dr. Caroline Leaf, in her book, Switch on Your Brain, has this really cool quote, and I want to share it with you. She said, "If the brain can get worse by constantly focusing on a problem, then the brain can get better by understanding how to eliminate it and replace the problem." And the problem, my friends, that I'm talking about right now is our thought patterns, the way that our mind goes, the places that it goes. I was just having a conversation with one of my coworkers here, and she said, "Gosh, this just always happens." And my response to her was, "Do you want it to continue to happen?" "Well, no, of course not," she says. "Well, then quit saying that it always happens that way." Sometimes it's that easy. Our brain is designed to output whatever it is that we think about. So change your thoughts, renew your mind. Look at those programs that you have. Maybe you can take a moment when this next issue comes up, whatever that issue is. In our family, I homeschool, so there's a lot of weird issues that can come up with that. But I do also mentor a lot of people through Mary Kay and through 320 Consulting Services. And, we talk through a lot of situations, things that become, those limitations, those limiting beliefs that caused you to get stuck and to have that negative mindset, or to have those limiting thoughts that make you think, yeah, I really can't do X, Y, Z. And we learn how to change those thoughts, replace them with what you want, and I tell you what, when you can realize and recognize that you are who you are and you are exactly where you're at, and it's okay, there's no comparison needed. Like where you come from is based on programming that was just given to you. But when you realize that you own the power, like you have it within you, God gave it to you. You have the power within you. And the word tells you how to do it, to transform your mind with understanding God's will for you and for your life. You, my friends, can change every situation and every circumstance. And the joy of the Lord will be all over you. And I promise that when you learn that process, you will find that achieving goals, having better relationships, being more chill and maintaining the peace that you have will be so much easier. So much easier. Well, I know that was a mouthful today and sometimes hard to believe. It's hard to believe that you have the power to overcome certain things, but I tell you what, it's true. This is one of the areas where the Bible and neuroscience has agreed that our brain is neuroplastic. And I don't know that I even said that right, but it has the power to mold and to shift and to change. And that gray matter is not fixed. It's not like the lava cake that my friend had last night. It is moldable. It will bend. It will shift, and you have the power to make that happen. But you have to recognize it and decide that you are worth it. And my friend, you are worth it. So thank you for jumping on today. If this touches you in any way, or if you have questions about maybe what that looks like for you, maybe there's an area in your life that you have just been struggling with, whether it's health or relationships or whatever. If there's an area in your life that you would like some encouragement on, please feel free to reach out to me. I would absolutely love to chat with you and encourage you on this journey, because my mission and purpose in life is to help other people just like you find their purpose and live their life on purpose. So thank you so much. God bless you. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.